We've come to a point in society where we can pick and choose how we look, and for consumerism to go as far as altering ourselves, it does show the true dangers of social media. You can have a beautiful face, of course, but you can also have a beautiful soul and a beautiful mind, a beautiful character. Well, I'm one of the only openly British Bangladeshi and Muslim Miss GB London finalists this year. Um, I'm a very big advocate for British Bangladeshi Muslims within London. Well, for me personally, it's such a milestone, I have to say. Growing up, I never thought I would do anything like this. I never thought I'd be on a stage, but I've completely disproven that throughout the last couple of years. But it does really heal something inside me. I grew up as a non-stereotypically pretty British Bangladeshi girl. I was always a bit darker than the other Bengalis in East London. A bit taller. I'm 5'6", which might not seem tall to some people, but for British Bangladeshi, it was a bit stockier. I was always a bit larger. So I was never deemed as beautiful within the Bangladeshi community, but neither in the British community. I don't have lovely blonde hair and I don't have blue eyes. I was always atypical. So to get this far in what is essentially a beauty contest, it does heal something within 8-year-old Tanisha's soul. Well, I don't think there was just one turning point. It was multiple little events that catalyzed me taking this step forward. I mentor young girls in East London and all across London, but quite specifically from a working class background, usually from a South Asian background. And within mentoring these girls with my company, which is called Tanisha's Talent, I teach them how to be confident within themselves, how to be a political advocate and public speaking. But part of that is having confidence in your looks as well. And it was something that I always struggled with. And I saw other young women struggling with it that were just like me. And they just didn't have a role model to look up to who came from a similar demographic as them, being working class, being British Bangladeshi, who struggled with similar issues. A lot of the women that we see in pageantry do come in this boxed up stereotype. Even when they are British Asian, they're usually of lighter skin, petite, lovely long hair. I know my hair looks quite long now, but it's extensions for the pageant. So that's when I thought I need to put myself out there and really be that role model for them, because if I wasn't going to do it, I'm not sure who was. And that little leap, it's not just for me, but it's for a community that I care so deeply about. That's a really good question, and there's so many challenges and there's so many wins as well. But I think the largest challenge is simply not believing in themselves and limiting themselves. Coming from a British Bangladeshi background, we're very aspirational. A lot of our parents and grandparents came here for a better life, and that ideology of aspiration is rooted in us. But as women, we're also so limited. I've heard so many stories of young Asian women being told that they're intellectual, they're smart, they're confident, but not to be too intellectual, do not be too smart, because you're going to outwit a man, you're going to intimidate a man. And it's something I've been told myself by family members, very close family members, in fact, friends, etc., that if you are too ambitious, you're limiting your marriage prospects. And I personally just think it's a disgusting ideology, because if you are to look for a partner, you should look for a partner that appreciates you as a whole, appreciates your intellect, and is on a similar level to you, no matter what you do. So trying to beat that ideology and really the duality of being British and South Asian and a woman, just because you can see the aspiration. There's so many fantastic universities and opportunities within London and in the UK, but you're also battling these everlasting cultural ties and ideologies. It's really hard, and you have to please everyone. You need to try and do well to survive, but you also need to get married. You need to look beautiful, but don't be too pretty because then you're drawing attention. It's like the world's on our shoulders, and learning to disobey people sometimes and knowing that you don't have to be everything. I think that's one of the biggest challenges, because you are good enough no matter what you do, and you won't please everyone throughout your life, but criticism isn't always your biggest enemy. Sometimes it is a positive thing. If you're making everyone happy constantly, you're not making yourself happy all the time then. 100%. Beauty comes in so many different shapes and sizes, but just forms. You can have a beautiful face, of course, but you can also have a beautiful soul and a beautiful mind, um, a beautiful character. How I'll be combating it in Miss GB London is modesty. So, alongside being British Bangladeshi, I'm a very proud British Muslim. I may not wear the hijab and I may not stereotypically look Muslim. I may not always act like the stereotypical Muslim, but I will always voice the fact that I do have a faith that I'm proud of. That with that, I'll be wearing a burkini. A burkini is a full covered swimsuit, because to be beautiful, I don't need to conform to Western ideologies of needing less to wear bikini. What should showcase within that round specifically is hopefully my lovely character. Well, that's a bit cocky, but what I hope is my lovely character, um, my lovely smile, and the interview stage. There are multiple stages within pageantry, and interviews and questions is a very large bit. When you think of Miss Universe, you think of them answering the end of pageant questions. Beauty of the mind is something so important.